Hello everyone and welcome to Dar85 here. Dar85 with my first Let's Play is Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, the game. The game was released back in 2010 on Xbox Live Arcade and of course PlayStation Network. And of course it is based on, based on two things. It's based on the film, if you want to say, because it came out around the same time as the film. But it's also mainly based, it's really much based on the actual graphic novel series of Scott Pilgrim. That was released back, I think the first one came out in 2004. And the last one, which was Scott Pilgrim's Finest Hour, that came out back in 2010. Around the same time, like in the same year as the film came out and this game. And this is, I believe, it's a very, very good game. In my honest opinion now, it is basically takes a form of your kind of old school beat 'em up now, and it's really done cool, like old kind of bit old school graphics now. And of course you go through various levels as Scott Pilgrim, or you can choose a few other characters as you can go through here now. So you will. I get this show on the road now, so well anyway. But as I said, Scott Pilgrim, it's basically a very cool game anyway. Get to start it. You can say basically story mode, achievements, leaderboards, health options, there's downloadable content and exit game. Basically this is going to be kind of maybe a bit more crazy than usual, because the fact is I've already finished this game with Scott Pilgrim and I'm going to use that character since I pretty much have him like sort of max level. Therefore, it's just better off just to go through the game and beat the, the enemies up rather than having to sort of level up and basically going through a few of the levels multiple times and making this let's play longer than it should be at the end of the day. So anyway, it's basically average Joe, just like easy, pretty much rough and tough, or Supreme Master. Basically, rough and tough I assume is of course normal, therefore I would go with normal because normal is the, pretty much the standard difficulty that I always play my games on, unless it becomes too hard then I have to resort to easy. So anyway, you can choose a few characters. Of course you play as Scott Pilgrim, and you play as Ramona, you play as Stephen Stills, or you play as Campaign, and that's the four characters you play as. But there was downloadable content as well where you get Knives Chow, so you do. And I believe there was actually supposed to be another one that was supposed to come out, which was announced I believe a few months back, where you can play as Wallace, Scott's roommate, but that never came to be. The thing I really do hate about this game is the fact is there is no online co-op whatsoever, and that is one of the things that pretty much killed it for some people, because there's no online co-op, there's only local co-op. The one with the pack with Wallace and is supposed to add multiplayer though, online multiplayer, and that was supposed to cost something, which I still think is ridiculous, but it never actually came to be though. So I was announced a fair few months ago now and nothing came out of it. So basically we're going to Scott Pilgrim here, level 16, which is the maximum you play as. And you can see it's basically kind of a little world map here. See, I've already accessed everything now, gone through all the levels now. Like I said, I'm just basically going to play through the Scott since I already have him maxed out now. You can see the move list here. Basically I locked all these different, different attacks. You have, once you level up certain ones, you can head stab, evade, ground pound and stuff like that there. So hopefully this will go smoothly as I hope it does, or else it is going to go very badly. So let's go into the first one now, which of course is back in snowy Toronto, since this is where the series is set in. Beat these guys up. As you can see, it basically takes form of a kind of old school beat 'em up though, with some kick-ass like kind of 16-bit style music if you want, or like maybe 8-bit, but more like probably 16-bit style music. Very cool with a kind of a chip tune, so it is. And I love the graphical style though, it is quite similar to the actual comic book itself though. Getting my ass kicked here. It shouldn't be so bad though, it's easy enough though anyway, because I'm pretty much leveled up and therefore I'm not going to get as much damage as I was, like if I was, Basically beat these guys up with a bat, and there we go. But anyway, you basically go through 7 stages. Of course, the 7 stages, you go through each of the stages, and then at the end of it, you fight one of Ramona's evil exes. So, of course, the first one you're going to fight is Matthew Patel. Then, of course, you fight Lucas, and then Lucas Lee, and then you fight, of course, you know, Roxy, and then like the Captain Aga twins, and of course Todd as well. And of course then the final one, of course, the Gideon Graves, G-Man. The thing is, I wouldn't say like I'm not like a big Scott Pilgrim fan beforehand though, because I only sort of knew about the series from the actual trailer. I seen the trailer of the film first of all, and I thought it looked cool, and then I realised it was actually based on a graphic novel series beforehand, and therefore I actually went to see the film and I loved it. Just so like has some really cool like, you know, video game references and all that there, and also it just has some like great sort of humorous moments and all that there. And I actually then got the graphic novel series afterwards, and there is a few differences from both between them though, like a certain dialogue someone else says in the film, but actually someone else says it in the, you know, in the actual graphic novel itself though. And there's like some things take place in other locations and not there, and it's like not all like the actual battles are the same as in the film, especially like the final one, completely different. Let's go mark this guy's ass. Go. So it's a pretty cool game though anyway. I really do enjoy it though anyway. I just love the graphical style. It says loosely sort of based on the actual, if you read the graphic novels, you definitely can notice a similarity now of the actual graphic novel itself. And also the cool thing, it's not in this level actually, but not just yet, but there's actually certain locations, things in the game where you actually, you know, you go into stores and you buy certain things so you do, which actually, you know, makes you upgrade your like your health, or like, you know, revives your health, or you makes like you stronger and things like that as well. So that's just why I'm picking up the money. So if you ever played a game called River City Ransoms, then you can actually notice similarities. And this little wee bonus stage here, the Subspace Emissary, pretty much, which is pretty cool, and you get like Subspace Highway anyway, or basically get loads of money here. Ooh, money, money, money. So getting a lot of money here. $136.25. So anyway, beat these guys up some more as well. Luckily, like I said, I'm not really using a lot of health though, because this is of course the first level and I'm like maxed out, therefore I'm not losing a whole lot of energy though. But once I get to maybe like the later stages, I'm going to lose a bit more health, and therefore it's going to be a bit more tricky for me. Like, this is not an easy game though. If you're playing it from the get-go, some people probably can quit, because the fact is you get whipped your ass pretty easily though. But once you level up though, you can actually get better. Like, so there's basically that late phase. I actually never got enough though, so I don't know how this works now. Like, I just have to get like, you know, $504 to pay his late fees there. So I don't know what happens once you actually have enough to do that now. But like, these are a bunch of like stores here anyway. Like, you go through each thing, tea, you know, you get a nice latte. Basically, cold refreshing coffee drink, and again it shows up. No, it actually doesn't. Go back here. I'm actually going to check something here, because I actually do have, you know, a snack already though. I just have to figure out the controls now, how to use it. Super track called striker. That's another thing as well, you actually can call the striker as well, which sort of helps you at certain points of the game as well, which I'm going to use now. Like I'll throw this wherever, but I'm not going to be able to. I can't basically throw it though. And of course here's like ones here as well. There's basically different things here. I'm just going to pick up something. I'm just going to pick Burrito Grande. Yeah, basically there you go. Like get more hard points, more gut points, 20 XP, and then defense 3 goes up. So basically, this basically makes you level up. Like basically gives you more, you know, HP and you know XP and all of that as well. So it's pretty cool. It just basically makes you more powerful in certain ways anyway. It is a pretty good game though anyway, and like I said, I really just wish it had an online multiplayer. That's pretty much the thing I'm just really disappointed with. At the end of the day, I just really wish it had more online multiplayer. Oh, get that down. Oh, he got that down. Kicked here. Going here again. There's another little. Yeah, it's basically a little hidden shop though, and there's certain things in here though you can actually get. These, some of these are actually, I think they're actually really big sort of speed boosts, so they are. I'm not gonna get them anyway because some of them are pretty damn expensive, but they're there anyway for you. You just have to save some money first anyway to go or to get them. Or to get the money anyway. And basically once you get this flashing thing, it's basically kind of you're in your like hyper mode, and therefore you get more damage, or you can grab them and then just basically whack them with a big ass combo then. So you do just to make it easier for you. Pylon. I guess here this is basically it here. There you go, uppercut to the heavens. I can keep going all day and just basically, but like if you want us to stop, just basically let go of the button and there you go. So yeah, there's basically striker there, and there's basically there's knives chair just comes in and just basically spouts out love. I don't really think it actually does anything worthwhile though. Then so I don't really use it that much though. And this shovel. Go into the subspace. All these boxes then, more money to get. But I think this is actually, you have to go this way anyway, because that's the only entrance you can go. So basically you get a lot of money here. So you could actually, you know, if you want to try to get more money, it's basically probably one of the good places to farm for money then. So it is. And I go at the rocket, crashing the boys, and all the guys are dead. I passed out because, and there's all your, and it's Matthew Patel, the very first people exploit player. Gamers revisit hard mystery. There's a Seabass. Oh, and his little demon chicks. His demon texture chicks. Got to destroy these again on the mama. Exactly. And I'm drunk here. And he is down to the count. And boom! So that is stage 1 of 7 completed. Or area, whatever you want to call it now. KO, XP. I'm not going to, there's no point with the XP now, because the fact is I'm not going to be able to level up because I'm already at max level. So those are Campaign, Steven Still, and Ramona, and stop missing on the swings. So anyway, that will do for part 1 now. I will do the other parts in the future, so look out for them. I hope you enjoyed this very first Let's Play part. Please leave me feedback to say what I can do better, what I can, like, if I'm doing already, what I can improve on. I should stop running like a motherfucker. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this. I'll do stages 2 and 3 and 4 and 5, 6, 7 and all that future jazz in the future. So until then guys, I hope you enjoyed this, and I'll see you all next time. So, ciao!